Saturday event. Let me just scroll back here. I can see there was a bunch of people waiting while I was waiting for it to hit 12 o'clock. Joseph's on in Nevada. Chris is on in the UK. Ida Marie's on in Washington, D.C. Sunny and 2075 there. It is 6 degrees here and raining. It's 18 in Falmouth. Basil's on in Goa. Welcome. Who else do we have? 82 in Nevada. Going to be 95. Going to be hot there. Wow. Mother's Day weekend. Yes, Mother's Day weekend. David Claremont's on in Nova Scotia. Getting deja vu. Yeah, yesterday we did this, didn't we? And Sarah's on in Germany. I guess that might be it for right now. Well, I am sitting in my car, as you can tell, because I am at the stamp show. I've already found some good deals, some stuff for future giveaways that I've already earmarked. So I found a couple things there. A few of our dealers weren't there, but there was a dealer there that had almost all modern Japanese. So I got a lot of Japanese stamps. So I can't wait to show you those stamps as well. Picked out some stuff for some future my father's collection videos. So we got a couple things there. Mitty is on in Finland now. 10 degrees in Helsinki. Basil told Joe that it was on. Okay. Oh, there's Joe. Hello, Joe. Welcome from India. Got a few people on. No Stephen in Australia. Maybe he is still tired from yesterday's live stream. What did you guys think of that? Smokey and I really had a good time doing it, and we will be doing it again next month. So we're kind of talking about whether or not we would do live streams maybe every other month and pop in a video, or whether we'll do live streams every month and then give you a bonus video on top of that. So we're working things out. What's Smokey's full name? Smokey Tennyson. Yeah, Basil's got that there too. We won't be doing it twice a month, but once a month. We'll stick with stamp versus stamp being once a month. It's a big commitment for both of us to fit it into our schedule. So if we did one live stream and then maybe do a bonus video every other month or every once in a while. We've been finding that getting the topics to do the quirky videos is getting harder, and it's also getting harder. Lots of time we put into them to either to act, to get what we need, to go to the different locations sometimes that we do. It was becoming very time consuming for both of us, because I put out videos every day, so it makes it really hard. And the start of the month, I've got stamp of the month, and we do just at the end of the last month we do the giveaway for it. So the end and start of every month is really busy for me putting videos out. I'm not sure what you mean, Basil, but all right. Heavyweight boxer. As you can hear, the rain is falling on the car. I'm just outside of where the stamp show is. I didn't want to do the live stream in there because I had music playing in the Legion, and so I didn't want to get any copyright infringement on it. And I also wanted you to be able to hear what I was saying. And I wasn't supposed to do them inside the stamp show because they've asked me not to film in there anymore. So I'm going with that. There may be some interviews I still will do in the future, but you'll have to wait to see what I bought. And I am going back in because there's an auction today. So there's a couple things that I've got my eye on in the auction. We'll see whether or not they go cheap enough that I can buy them, but there's some other things coming up. Oh, Roger's on in Athens. Yeah, Mother's Day here tomorrow. I know my wife is taking her mother out today. Oh, Monty's on, 11 degrees in Ridgedale, Saskatchewan. It's kind of been a rainy on and off all week, so do we need it? Probably not, but it's not too bad. After today, it is going to be, well, I think tomorrow might be 10 or 11 degrees, so not very warm, but won't be raining. But I think next week we're looking at 23 through 27 degrees most days. So it's going to be very nice. If that holds true, if you can believe what the weather people say, that's what it looks like. Carla says it's 15 degrees. Carla, you should promote your channel here while you're on. Carla has just put out her first video on YouTube about post-crossing. So if you want to throw up your channel name right here in the description, people can go check you out. Christopher might be getting some rain tomorrow. Well, if you want some of this rain, you're more than welcome to have it, Monty. Carla's not from the Congo. Carla is from Mexico. And not how you spell her name either. David's getting a little rain down there as well, so very similar. Yeah, David, next month, June, will be the last stamp show we have for the summer. Next month also will be the big auction, so they won't have dealers there to buy from the 15 cent. It'll be pure auction for next month. So there's always some really great things at that auction. Sometimes they go for more than I'm willing to spend, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, come back in September, October for it. Great to see you. Oh, Joe's got some Uruguay trip videos coming up too. So make sure you go to Joe's channel as well. I like the fact that Carla is putting out her videos in Spanish, because it opens up post-crossing to a whole bunch of different people that, you know, on YouTube videos, you can put subtitles and things on them, so you can get it translated for you if you don't understand the language that people speak. Like mine, I know there's a lot of people that have it translated into the language that they're more comfortable with, but it gives an option for, in this case, more Spanish-speaking people to learn about post-crossing in their own language. So I think that's wonderful. And Joe, you can share your channel link as well. Go for it. Both of you can do that. Ida Marie's got a big stamp show there, where Lila and her will meet up. That's great. I haven't heard from Lila recently, so hopefully she's doing okay. There's Lila right there. Okay, hi, Lila. I just had to scroll through the comments till I finally found you. That's great. Yeah, when I got here this morning, there weren't a lot of dealers. And so I went to my usual table, and they had some binders that really didn't have what I was looking for the most part. So I ended up wandering around and then coming back to them and looking at some other things on the stamp table that I wasn't looking for, and thought, oh, that's great. There are some new things. So I did pull those out, so I will show you those in the future. And then I went to the auction table and saw that there was a whole bunch of things on there. Now, some of them require a lot of work, and I don't really want to put that much work into it. Boxes and boxes of worldwide stamps, some of them on paper, some of them off paper. So it would require sorting and soaking, and I still have a lot of that to do already, so I didn't want to get into that. But there were some other really cool things in there too. So we're going to see whether or not I can get them for a good price, or whether they'll pass me by. 17 people on at the live. Yeah, it's great. Let's get that number up into the 20s, maybe even 30. That would be great. We're looking at what to do. Tomorrow, it is Mother's Day, but I am still hoping to do a little post-crossing. Maybe 5 more cards I can send out. I think I can send out 17 right now, so a lot of mine have been hitting and landing where they're supposed to go. I received a postcard from Switzerland that I showed you on Friday, and I got it within 5 days, so some of mine too are getting there quickly. So I'm hoping that we get mail traveling fast. I got all caught up on my direct swaps from last week. Now I got a bunch of new ones for this week to do too. Only 7 likes. Well, we're up to 9 likes now. We're getting closer, Christopher. 10 likes. There we go. It's nice when it matches. Now, I don't want the people watching to come down to match those that like. It would be preferable if the likes went up to those that match, because I see we've gone from 19 people on down to 13 now. But that's not what we're chasing. We're chasing as many people that want to be a part of that Dad Guy crew and to talk about their hobbies and what they like about videos and things that are going on right now. Sorry, something in my eye. Does anybody have Mother's Day plans for tomorrow? Those that will be celebrating Mother's Days or remembering. We usually do a bit of a barbecue for supper tomorrow night. It's kind of up to the kids to get in touch with Shanda and let her know Happy Mother's Day and what they want to do. So I'm going to see what Ari plans on doing. Hopefully he does something for my wife where he's here. I know my daughter's in Montreal, so she's kind of off the hook. She's just got a call at least. How many dealers at this particular stamp show? I think we've only got 3. So the numbers are really low this week or this month. Usually there's 5, maybe 6. So not a big show, but our auction table this week, even though next week is the massive auction, our auction table this week, I think, has about 130 items on it. So there's lots of things to get in the auction. Why won't they let me shoot inside? I was approached and asked that, some of the people that were there at the stamp show didn't want to be on camera. And so they'd asked that I not film so I don't accidentally get people on camera that don't want to be on camera. They did say that if I wanted to do interviews or something with people that were accepted, we could go into another room and do that. So I've just, since I was asked to do that, I just haven't been filming there. It's a shame because I think it's a great way to promote what's going on here at the Moncton Stamp Show and to show other people what kind of stamps are available when you go there, talk about price points. Sometimes I shoot a video and say, this is what I got at the stamp show for X amount of dollars, which is kind of what I might be doing here coming up soon. But that's the problem we had. Oh, welcome, Wolfie. Haven't seen you in a while. Glad to have you back. Sarah's going to the flea market in the morning, so hopefully you find some deals there, maybe some stamps as well. And Monty's going to the trunk sale, the Tisdale Museum of Junk in the Trunk. So hopefully you find some deals too. Oh, you had some problems with the chat. That's why, Wolfie. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're back again. And there is Carla's link to... It's your link to your YouTube, I guess. And Joe's gotten her family to help out with sending pictures and things that will be on his Instagram later. So you guys want to check that out? $15 people watching, 12 likes. Here, it's creeping up. People said it was creeping up. I'm watching out the front where it's raining. People are coming out the front door, but they're trying to get bundled up so they're not getting soaking wet. And also because they've made some purchases along the way, they want to make sure they don't get their purchases wet either. Good thing. It's quite relaxing just to hear the rain hitting off the windows and on the top of the car. Kind of nice listening to the rain. Ida Marie's going to see Chubby Checker at the U.S. Air Force. Going to a U.S. Air Force band that Chubby Checker will be a guest artist at. Okay. How old would Chubby Checker be now? Because when he was twisting, that was a long time ago. Carla's taking her mother to a restaurant. Very nice. That's a good thing to do for Mother's Day. Chubby Checker, maybe in his 80s, yeah. I figured he must be getting up there. If he's twisting, he's doing it with new hips, I'm probably at this point in time. There you go. A new subscriber for Carla on her channel. Thank you, Joe. Roger, I've never seen Eurovision. It's not something they show here in North America, unless you have a specialty channel that you can pick it up from, which I guess you probably could on some cable packages. Christopher looked up. He's 83. 83. There we go. Thank you, Stormy, too. Thank you, Christopher. Wolfie was up till 5 a.m. looking through a box of stamps on a live. That's commitment. Many of us will be watching Eurovision. Chubby Checker's 83. There we go. We got all sorts of people that are subscribing to other channels. That's fantastic. It's nice when the community comes together around other people and supports each other. So thank you so much, everyone, for doing that. Oh, Martha's on from Wisconsin. You got lots of gardening to do. It's sunny out. Looking forward to seeing what you find at the show. Thank you. I'll look forward to showing you everything that's there. I could say for right now, without giving it away, but I've got this so far. You can see there's packets of stamps in there that I bought. There's a couple souvenir sheets, and this is a bunch of stuff for upcoming That Dad Guy. So actually not a bunch of stuff. Well, a bunch of stuff for one particular country anyways. So that's great. Thank you, Martha. I appreciate you coming on, and hopefully you're getting the sun to do the gardening. We don't have the sun for the gardening right now, but the plants are getting well watered. Ida Marie went to Iceland for a Eurovision competition many years ago. As a spectator, or were you one of the contestants? Stamps can make you lose track. I agree, Wolfie. You can get right into it. Welcome, Gary, from British Columbia. We're up to 21 people on. Yeah, we're getting some other people have popped on now. Some of our regulars are showing up. You were there as a spectator on vacation. Fantastic. How was it? Any particular country's acts stand out that you remember, Ida Marie? David's getting heavy rain now, some thunder and lightning. We were getting consistent rain. I don't know if I'd call it heavy rain yet, but it's consistent. I don't know about thunder and lightning, but if you're going to get it, it's probably going to come here and we're going to get it too. I'm not sure how to sub to channels while on a live one. I don't know how you do that either. I don't think you can. I think you have to be on one device or another to switch, where when the live is done, you go in and do it. And you can just write down the channel name and go after and subscribe to them all. Johnsy was the competitor in the Iceland one? Yeah, let me just flip it around just kind of so you can see. I'm not showing any people here, so, but yeah, it's coming there. Let me set the camera back up again. Ooh, without it toppling over on me. I was watching two channels at the same time. All right. What car do I drive? I drive a Hyundai Kona electric. So you were all echo? Well, I am with this car. My wife drives a gas car and my son drives a gas car. This one I found it was easier because I deliver the mail in it, so I can just put the back seats down and put all the mail and parcels back there, and it saved me a lot of money not having to pay for gas. And we use this for doing our general errands around town rather than the gas one. And short trips we can use this too, but the longer ones we'll use the gas vehicles. Yep, I use my Kona when I'm doing my mail deliveries. So this is a mail truck as well as my personal vehicle. They don't give me a mail van, no. I'm a rural mail carrier, so within Canada Post, we have an urban group and a rural group. The urban group all gets corporate vehicles. The rural group all have to use their own vehicles. So it is something we've been fighting for in our contracts for a long time. We do the same job. Why don't we get treated equally? So far, it hasn't happened. You had a dust storm in Saskatchewan? Wow. That means it is very dry. You need some stuff. Charging stations? I have an electric charger in my house, so I charge it at home. But there are charging stations all over the city, so it's not an issue finding charging stations. Now, I have a coworker who bought the same vehicle a month after I did, and but he lives out in the country. He doesn't have his own charger, and he has found it very difficult, especially during the winter. So, yeah, if you have an electric vehicle and you have your own garage and your own electric charger and you live in the city, great. If you live out in the country and you have dirt roads and you have no chargers around that are handy, not as great. So infrastructure is very important. How many chickens do you have, Martha? I'll probably do a video about this car because I've had it now a year, so I'd like to do a review for those people that watched the initial video of me getting this vehicle. Maybe a year later, I should do a review on what it's been like, any sort of issues I may have come up with. So I probably will do that coming up soon, when I find time to do it. I have all these lists of things and videos that I want to share with you guys and show you. It's just a matter of finding the days and the time to do it. And then I go to a stamp show and I buy things, and then I have to show you what I bought in a timely fashion, so videos have to come out for that too. £1,000 to replace the clutch in your 23-year-old vehicle. Wow. It's probably cheaper still than buying a new vehicle, if that's all you had to do. And I'm impressed too that you have a clutch, so you have a standard transmission. There's so many people that can't drive standard anymore. They learned on an automatic and have never experienced or been exposed to them. So I'm glad you've got a car that you can drive. It's always good to have some fun facts, media. More saunas than cars in Finland. It's awesome. 5-week-old chicks that are friends, not food, except for eggs. So you have 5-week-old chicks, but how many older chickens do you have that had those chicks? Or did you just buy the chicks? I love driving a standard transmission vehicle. Standards are more common in the UK. I think the only time I've ever been to a sauna, sometimes hotels have them near their pools, so I think I've been into those a couple times, but not really for the sauna experience. There are a few places around now that have spas that also have saunas in them, but saunas really are not a common thing here in Canada. They're a few and far between. Not like I've seen some of the things, and Mitty and I have talked about it many times before too, but to go to like a fast food restaurant and there to be a sauna in it, just boggles my mind. I watched, who was it that went on? Can't remember now, but I watched someone who went to a Burger King and there was a sauna in the Burger King. The sound of the silence is sending... Well, you guys got to talk more, ask more questions, and then I'll talk over the sound of the rain. I'm reading the comments as they come up, as we do every week. Yesterday was interesting because I could talk to Smokey at the same time. So when you guys weren't talking about anything, I could talk to him and he could ask me questions, and we both gave our opinions on the responses. So it was really nice to have a tandem live stream that way. So... this, we're doing it the regular way. Everyone's saying good night to you, Chris. Just don't make me sing lullabies. Sarah's going to sleep too. Everybody's going to sleep. I have not watched any hockey today. No, I've been at the stamp show since early this morning. In the past, I would come here, I would get everything I need, and I'd be home and I'd be doing a live stream from home. But because of the auction this time around, I'm doing the live stream from here, and then I'll go back inside when it's done, and we'll see how the auction's looking. I think the auction starts at 1:30, so I still have about an hour before the auction happens. And then, depending on how active it is and how long it takes us to get through the number of lots, I'll probably be here till about 3 o'clock, maybe 2:30. if they're fast. Your sister used to sing to her kids, but they asked her not to. that's, that's mean. If the vendors didn't have such good stuff, one week it would be interesting to come and just do the auction. Now that's what next month's going to be all about. June is just the auction, so that's kind of the standard of what's going to happen there next time. Stormy enjoyed watching Smokey and I yesterday and being part of it. That's good. Yeah, like I said, I think we're going to try to do that almost every month. I think we're going to see how it goes. We had a pretty positive response on the very first time doing it. Lots of you showed up from both of our channels. Now, both you guys, for the most part, I think, watch both of our channels anyways, but there were a few people, I think, that were new to the live that maybe didn't know who I was, or vice versa. So that was kind of nice to introduce it. So we'll see next month how the numbers increase if they do. Where were the 3 states that had the earthquake? 4.1 magnitude. There's a stamp show here in Surrey. Okay. They happen every 3 months there. Greece issues some Europa stamps. I hope they're beautiful stamps. You could send some pictures. That'd be great. Tennessee, Georgia, and the Carolinas all got hit. So at 4.1, though, is it just a bit of a rocking, shaking, or was there actual damage that happened from that? And Bertha has 5 chicks that are only a week old. Well, no Europa stamps in the UK this year. So if you want Europa stamps, you'll have to go to Stamp of the Month and enter to try to win the prize. I did find some Europa stamps here, but I didn't add any more to the giveaway. I think the giveaway's got enough in it right now, so I looked at next month's giveaway and the month after that's giveaway to try to add some more things in. Wolfie says we'll have to see if there's any local stamp fairs close to him, but most of them are up north. Okay. Stormy says down there it's the same shake as the still blowing up. I'm not sure what that means. Gary's going to see a UK archaeologist and video presenter tonight in Vancouver. Enjoy the show. Maria said Finland issued Europa stamps on the 7th of May. Monty didn't have any duplicate Europa stamps. That's all right. As you guys can see from the video at the start of the month, there was a good number of Europa stamps that are already in the giveaway, and I'm going to show you next week some more that Steven sent up too that he added to it. So I think whoever wins that giveaway will be very happy with the nice cross section of the Europa stamps that are in there, including the very first issue. There's a couple of those. I'm disappointed in not being able to find more stamps for the countries that I'll be talking about in the Thursday videos coming up over the next little while. So whatever's in my father's collection or what I've already accumulated will be all I'll get to show, because next month I won't have any stamp show to get any from, unless they're in the auction, and I might win some that way. And then that's our last stamp show until the fall, because there isn't anything through the summer months. So I think the next one, there might be one in September, but I think the next one's in October. I see people running from their car out of the building or back into the building, trying to avoid as many of the raindrops as possible. So are you finding it's a clearer image, better sound now that I am doing these live streams and videos on the new phone? I know I find it's a lot easier to use. Seems to be a little faster than what I used to have, so that's kind of nice too, especially for my editing and uploading. Could stay in my car for a while. Well, I've got no rush. I don't have to go anywhere. But as soon as the live stream's done, I'll probably head back in. Kyler from Prince Edward Island's here, so it's kind of nice to hang out with him a little bit. You find it's clear? Good. Yeah, I'm really happy with the camera on this one and the zoom capabilities, and I think it has a stronger mic too, so you pick up a lot more of the sounds, which may be why you can hear the raindrops so much better. Christopher found that was good before too. I'd noticed a lot of different. Okay, that's good. I like the old camera that I had. I probably wouldn't have upgraded phones other than when I went to the car show and found that I was having a huge problem with the pictures and videos that I was taking. And I tried everything up until replacing the phone, and once I replaced the phone, everything worked fine. So there was a bad sector somewhere, I think, on my phone, and I'd had it for a long time though, so it was time, I guess, to upgrade. Yeah, I'm not going to open the sunroof right now. I will get poured on. But I could open the sunroof next week by the looks of things. Looks like it might be nice next week. You sound, Joseph, like you probably need to be somewhere where there's air conditioning. If it's going to be 95 degrees, that's going to be pretty hot. Yeah, definitely the phone part of having a phone is the afterthought. The cameras, all the apps, all the different things that they can do. I mean, they're basically mini computers. Yeah, it's reversed. I'm sitting in the driver's seat. I have the camera. See, that's what you would normally get if you were facing out. That's what you would see. But so I've flipped the camera around that way. The reason I do that is because then I have the screen to look at. And especially for these type of things, I need to have to be able to read what you guys are sending. Joe, I use a phone for all my videos. I don't use a separate camera at this point anyways. I don't. So I went from an iPhone XR to an iPhone 16 Pro Max. That's what I'm using now. I overworked the phone. I probably did. I use it every day. I edit. It's my computer as well as my telephone and my messaging service. Yeah, I depend a lot on the phone for a lot of different things. What's my favorite kind of cancels to come around on stamps? A really good pictorial. probably the best thing. Rather than saying it came from this city in this country on this date, I would rather see something that had a polar bear or that had a flag or commemorated a certain event. I really like those ones. I'm sad on the wrong side for the UK, yes. Joseph said, well, I'll be out on a turf football field, referring to 2 youth games. Oh, refereeing. Okay, I didn't know you refereed football. That's cool. It will be hot. Yeah, bring water bottles for sure. Gary's an Android family out there. My brother's an Android person. He prefers those. We're an Apple family here. I have a Mac for my computer at home, and we all have iPhones. Joe, one of the cameras I'd love to get, now it's part of my dream package, should things get better with me financially on YouTube, is a 360 phone. So I really like they're small, they do a lot of different things, they waterproof. It would be kind of a cool addition to be able to film with that. I've also talked about, it'd be kind of nice to have a drone one day, to have some drone footage for some of the travel things that I do. But all pie in the sky. The next big thing that I would like to get, now I don't see that happening anytime soon, would be to upgrade my computer, because it is really slow. Christopher has an Android phone, but a Mac for a computer. Item Ree's going to a first day ceremony on Friday. Cool. Is that for the Goodnight Moon stamps? Or do they already have that? I can't remember. Yeah, Gary, you can get pictorial cancellation sent away for them, just like you can in the US too. Yeah, the Insta360 is the one that I've been talking about. I really like the look of it and its feature functions, but not within my budget at this point. If you want to turn your photos into postcards, Canva is a really good way to do that. I know Charmaine turns a lot of her pictures into postcards. She takes beautiful photos, Charmaine from Maine, and she makes great postcards. I showed a couple of them on Friday that she had sent. One she sent of Oli's dog Bart and some lupins, and I've shown some of the other ones in the past that she's sent me. So yeah, Canva is one of the places that I would recommend going. That's where I go to get my That Dad Guy postcards done. Really good quality, thick paper too. I went to what we have here is called Staples. I'm sure you probably have Staples where you may have an equivalent Office Depot or something like that. Had postcards made there, and the paper was just way too thin. I didn't like the quality. I did send them out, but they weren't as good as the Canva ones. They're good for vlogging. Okay, thanks, Joe. Do you use Insta360? Gary needs to get a new computer as well. Are you going to go to Birmingham to go to the stamp exhibition? You want to have some possum postcards? My daughter, she drew me a hedgehog postcard, so I've been contemplating turning that into a That Dad Guy postcard, so I'm kind of looking at it and see. Oh, and I did get very excited today. One thing I can tell you, I bought a bunch of Japanese stamps. I told you that already, but one of them is a hedgehog Japanese stamp that I'd never seen before. It is super cute, so I can't wait to show you that one. The cancellation is for military stamps, okay. You use a Digi Osmo Pocket 3, and it's not waterproof, okay. Yeah, I think my daughter, I can toot her horn, I guess, for her. She's a really good artist, but she's had a lot of postcards and things that she's sent in the past too, and she makes special cards for all her friends. I think it's really good. But she created a postcard one time for me quickly, so I know she didn't put lots and lots of hours into it, but I really liked how it turned out. The simplicity of it, I think, is really cool. So I think it might make a nice postcard. It's a gimbal, yeah. Okay, so quick rotation back and forth. Thanks. The looping card inspired you. I'm going. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, Canva I found has really good prices and really good qualities, and they were really fast too, as far as getting the product to me. So on my list of things that I'd like to do soon is get new postcards for the channel, because I've had more people that have written to me for the first time that I'd like to be able to respond back with a special postcard that only limited people have. I've talked about getting a wax seal. That's one of the other things. And maybe some more of that Dad Guy stickers. So the ones that I had before, they all run out. The only thing I have left, and I don't use them a lot because I find them very special and I know I can't get them again, is my That Dad Guy postage stamps. Canada Post doesn't do it anymore, that you can do your own design. So I still have some of those left, but I don't use them a lot because I find them super precious. Everybody's giving Gary some tips for his computer. I did see the display on the F1, the life-size Lego F1 cars, and the drivers, when they were driving around, even crashed them, which I thought was kind of funny. Really cool. Chris has a Mac Mini, okay. Hand over all your lupins. We have lots of lupins here. You won't see them in our region, though, blossoming, though, until June. In June, we have lupins everywhere. Right now, it's tulips and daffodils are up now. You probably would have seen that if you watched my post about the mail on Friday. I put a blurb on the end about my father's birthday, and that was one of the things he always talked about, is that he knows it's his birthday when the flowers are up, because he's referring to the tulips, because in May, that's when you see the tulips. So my sister thought it'd be a great idea for us to take him for a drive, which we did, and we took him just down the road a little ways to a house that has tulips everywhere, just a beautiful display of tulips, and he really loved it. So it's one of the things we got to do. Everybody's chiming in about Gary's Monty Python skit. Gotta love Monty Python. Why do you feel bad for loving Monty Python? It's fantastic. It's so funny. I think my tulips will be blooming next week. So as soon as that heat hits, because they're right at the cusp, they're there. I think next week I will have tulips in my yard. And I'm inspired now by what my father said and what's been going on to potentially put some more tulips in my yard. I think I'd like to do that. When I made my stickers for my channel, I use Sticker U, I think was the name of the website. And they were good. They're nice quality. Easy to peel off. Stuck well. Colors were really good too. The dead parrot skit in Monty Python, super funny. I agree, Ida Marie. Oh, for not knowing the skit. Okay. Spam-A-Lot, another good song too. No, yeah, tulips don't last long. You get a couple weeks, and that's about it. Good wind after that blows them apart. Life of Brian's your favorite Monty Python? I'm a Holy Grail guy, but Life of Brian is good. Lumberjack song. I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I work all day and yeah. Tulip's already over for him on the West Coast, Gary. And yeah, your cherry trees probably are all done now too. Rhododendrons are coming out. We had a beautiful rhododendron in our Langley house when we lived out there. Huge bush. We also had a really good dogwood tree. So we had some beautiful flowers and things. Love that about our old house. What's the wingspan of a swallow? Tulips are gone in DC now. Yeah, it all depended where your season was, where your when you got the sun, when you got the heat, when they came up. I think they're probably done in Ottawa too. Ottawa has a lot of lupins, or a lot of tulips. Just south of Vancouver too, in Washington State, they have fields and fields of tulips in one particular area. Beautiful to go see. I didn't know there were so many Monty Python heads on here that have it all memorized. We're gonna have to send pictures. Hey, it's matched. 15 people on, 15 people liked. We've done it. And we're also getting to the end of this live stream too, because I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom. I think all this rain on the car is making me want to go to the washroom. Plus the fact that my car is turned off, so there is no heat in here, and it's only 6 degrees outside. It's starting to get a little cold in here too. There's a lot of people getting here, so I think everybody's getting ready for the auction, which may not be a good sign for me getting anything inexpensively. You've got all the vinyl rock records. That's cool. When I was younger and they were coming out, my friend's father had Monty Python all on their vinyl too, so we got to listen to them on the record player. Dude, Stevie, welcome. Thank you, Wolfie. Should be good. And if I don't find it in this search, there's always next month, which is great. Will be other things in the auction for that. I still have some things to do, like go grocery shopping. So that is something else I have to do on this this day. Michael Palin's great. I love watching his travel videos too, when Michael Palin travels around the world. Yeah. Definite treasures to be found out there. Well, I think on that note, I'm going to listen to my body and say goodbye, because I'm going to run inside and go to the washroom and get out of the rain and see what else is happening in the auction. Maybe all of the things that I wanted to bid on have already been upbid, and I won't have to stay for the auction itself, because I'm not going to stick around if they're too pricey already. I've already done pretty well finding some other things, so that's good. So that's it for now, you guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a magical week.